covering news where you live. This is 5 News at
State Supreme Court has cleared the way for Amber Waterman to stand trial in Arkansas for the death of a pregnant mother. Prosecutors say they'll seek the death penalty. And Walmart's old home office will soon be the area's newest university. We'll have the latest on those plans just ahead. Well, State Supreme Court has cleared the way for Amber Waterman to stand trial in Arkansas for the death of a pregnant mother. Prosecutors say they will seek the death penalty. But first, Pope Leo XIV, the first pontiff born and raised in the United States, led his first Mass as the new leader of the Catholic Church this morning. CBS News' Tegan Krause has more from the Vatican.
As he celebrated Mass for the first time since becoming pontiff, Chicago-born Pope Leo XIV spoke briefly in English to the cardinals who elected him.
Through the ministry of Peter, you have called me to carry that cross and to be blessed with that mission. And I know I can rely on each and every one of you to walk with me.
The Mass was held in the Sistine Chapel, the same sacred space where just a day before he spent his last moments as Cardinal Robert Prevost, before cardinals handed him the helm as the first ever pope from the United States.
If only the rest of us in our lives and in the world could have that mad dash to unity that we seem to have in the conclave.
His election surprised even his own brother.
It was like, oh my God, it's Rob. It's never going to be the same. What are we going to do? Oh, yes, it's Rob. Yeah.
The mood has shifted here in St. Peter's Square nearly 3 weeks after Pope Francis passed. People tell me their hearts are full as a new era dawns.
I hope this new Pope is also can be the same or better.
You said your heart feels better?
Yes, it feels complete again.
Leo will be formally installed as Pope at a Mass on May 18th and will preside over his first general audience a few days later. Tina Krause, CBS News, the Vatican.
Here at home, clergy say they're reacting to the news of the first American pope with joy, hope, and a sense of renewed purpose. For local priests, Pope's Leo election is not just about national pride, it's about global responsibility. Father Balthazar says this decision marks a new chapter of unity and hope. And what stood out most to him were the new pope's first words.
Be a man of peace, a man who is going to work a lot for peace throughout the world.
Both priests say they're praying for Pope Leo XIV as he begins this enormous task, leading with humility, wisdom, and the peace he's already promised.
Well, here's a look at your forecast to start off with. We're going to show you it's beautiful across the region. You can see we've got sunshine, some clouds mixed in here and there, already in the lower to mid 70s, depending on where you're watching from. Here's a look at some of those temperatures across the region. So not a bad day so far. You may have noticed that it's nice and warm. Got those beautiful skies. It's going to be a great day across the area, but we are going to be talking about some rain chances, especially in the River Valley for later today. We'll get to that in the main forecast segment, but for the hourly forecast, you can see northwest Arkansas pretty good the rest of the day. River Valley still watching some of those rain chances once we get to the evening. We'll have the exact details on that here coming up in just minutes. We're going to be talking about those rain chances. We have a great weekend ahead, and then we also have a warming trend as we head into next week. Full details here in just minutes.
All right, thanks, Joshua. Continuing coverage this afternoon as the Arkansas State Supreme Court has cleared the way for Amber Waterman to stand trial in Benton County for the murder of pregnant mother Ashley Bush. Waterman is already serving a life sentence after pleading guilty in a Missouri federal court. On Thursday, the justices rejected her appeal that a separate trial in Arkansas would be double jeopardy because the state and federal cases are different offenses. The federal case focused on kidnapping across state lines, while the state case will focus on premeditated murder, and prosecutors say they plan to pursue the death penalty.
Consult heavily with surviving family members of victims and really heavily take their wishes into account. It's not an arbitrary or a quick decision, something we put a lot of thought into, but we make that decision. We don't have to go to Washington, D.C. to get that approval, and what the Department of Justice says about the federal case does not have a bearing on our decisions here.
According to the indictment, Waterman kidnapped Bush after promising her a job, then killed her across state lines in Missouri. Farmers in Franklin County are being hit hard by a rash of irrigation wire thefts, causing major damage and cutting into productivity. Deputies are now stepping up patrols. The sheriff's office say thieves are targeting remote farm equipment, causing thousands in losses. Deputies are now using trail cameras and extra patrols to catch those responsible. Farmers are used to secure equipment, mark tools, and report anything suspicious to authorities right away. New at noon, Arkansas Game and Fish has confirmed that crews have found the kayaker who went missing around the Mulberry River. 57-year-old Hector Rios of Wichita, Kansas was found north of Mill Creek around 4 yesterday afternoon. The Walton family announced a new university will be home to the former Walmart home office. 5 News reporter Jacob Luthie has the story from Bentonville.
More academic access is in the works, and Bentonville leaders are excited. They tell me that the new STEM school will help benefit their growing community. A building once filled with corporate offices is being reimagined for classrooms instead. The Walton family Thursday announced plans to turn their former home office in Bentonville into a 4-year STEM school.
Being a city that's an innovator and seeing education be a huge piece of that, this new school is just another piece in that puzzle.
Some fields of study will include computing, biomedical technology, and technical management. The first class is expected to have about 500 students. The goal is to grow up to 1,500 undergraduates.
It fits and aligns with Bentonville and our growth here, our intentional growth, and around innovation and now higher education.
Growth in and around Bentonville is no secret. President and CEO of the Bentonville Area Chamber of Commerce, Brandon Gangelbach, says the new school could help with retaining Arkansas's workforce.
It's an amazing opportunity to be able to take a piece of real estate and to be able to leverage that to meet the needs of the community, to be able to invest dollars and helping to prepare that next generation for the workforce is just extraordinary.
Mayor Stephanie Orman says this only adds to Bentonville being a top destination to live, learn, and work.
Starting with supply chain and logistics, healthcare announcements, and now the new STEM school in higher education. I think it's just one more step in that pathway forward to making Bentonville really the most attractive, most livable city.
The announcement is fresh and the details are minimal, but information and plans for the future of this school are expected in the coming months. In Bentonville, covering news where you live, Jacob Luthie, 5 News.
Well, staying in Bentonville, first daughter Ivanka Trump was in town for the Heartland Forward Summit. She was part of a panel discussion on Thursday with Huffington Post founder Ariana Huffington, focused on the role agriculture plays in national well-being and as a means to promote positive health outcomes. University of Arkansas's Faculty Senate has approved a resolution that opposes the state's new law requiring the display of the 10 Commandments in state and local buildings. That includes classrooms. The bill was signed into law by the governor earlier this year. It also requires the national motto of "In God We Trust" to be displayed. Taking a live look in Little Rock at the state capitol this afternoon, with new efforts are underway to improve school safety across Arkansas. The focus is on protecting students and giving parents a peace of mind. The U.S. Department of Education reinforced this week that no parent should have to worry about their child's safety at school. That conversation began back in 2018 when former Governor Asa Hutchinson formed the Arkansas School Safety Commission following a deadly shooting in Florida. That commission's ongoing work led to a new report listing 40 schools as unsafe this school year. But state officials, including the education secretary, say it's not that simple.
When you look at the factors that go into that, some of that's reported incidents, some of that may be crime, some of that may be other factors that come into play. So when you look at which schools met the criteria to be designated as safe, a lot of that self-reported incidents that may have happened during a school day, but also if there's an event that happens at a school, it's reported as a school incident.
Moving forward, Arkansas is investing $50 million in safety upgrades. Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders signed a new law that changes how name, image, and likeness deals are handled for athletes. The bill exempts NIL deals from state taxes and Freedom of Information Act request. The move comes as the University of Arkansas's NIL collective, Arkansas Edge, seeks to recover $200,000 from a quarterback who recently transferred. Arkansas becomes the first state to adopt such a law.